Morning, gang. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of October, 2018. Welcome to the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire. And this morning's United Kingdom tour. Good news, boys and girls. Now have a look. Have a look around. Have you noticed there is something or something better than it was at the end of last week? Have you noticed anything yet? Have a good look around in the studio, okay? While I'm saying hello to the early people here this morning on Facebook Live. Good morning to Adam the plumber, who has arrived back from his holiday in, was it Torremolinos? No. Oh, I can't remember where you were in it. It wasn't Benidorm, was it? The planes are very, very loud. The planes have literally just started doing their exercising. Where I am here in Lincolnshire, I'm very close to an RAF base, and they learning to fly planes, training in little fighter planes, like a triangle shape. And at this very moment, they've just started their. Here comes another one. Can you hear that? It actually sounds like they're going to land on the rooftop. I tell you, they are that loud. Strangely enough, I usually have a little sleep in the afternoon. And I said before that it doesn't stop me sleeping. Isn't that strange and mysterious? It doesn't put me off sleeping at all, the fact that there are planes flying over. Don't know why that is. Anyway, good morning, Adam the plumber. Where have you been on holiday? I can't remember now. You only went for 4 days, didn't it? I can never remember the place of the place that you've been in. That particular place. I mean, many people who have been there, and I can never remember. Morning to Chris Manzar. Morning, Chris. All right, I haven't heard from you for a while. Are you all right, dear? People disappear. Have you found anything yet? Keep looking, gang. Morning to Andy, Diane Jebs there on the YouTube. Let's have a look. Roy Brownlow has just woke up. Have you really? You naughty boy. I wake up later on a Tuesday and a Saturday because I've had a long drive on both of those days. So instead of usually getting up about 8, I generally get up around about 7:45 in the morning. On a Tuesday, it tends to be more like 9:30. And then I go and have my breakfast and see what time there is to do what, you know. Andy, the clock is working. Yes, Andy, you're warm now. You're very, very hot. You're very hot, Andy. No one's guessed yet. Tenerife. Thank you, Andy. It's just been to Tenerife. Adam the plumber. Tenerife. I hope I've been brought a gift back. You know, if people are going on holiday, then they need to bring me gifts back, please. Thank you very much. Yes. Adam, the clock is swinging. You've got it, Adam. Yes, I've now got a swinging clock. Now, can I just stop this here? One moment, please. I've got several things to do now. On the, yeah, that's worked now. So I can now close that. What we're trying to do, I'm trying to save a little bit of data because I've been noticing I'm a little bit, but come the end of my data period, this is because the show comes to you via 3 and 4G, and come the end of the data period, I'm very, very close to my limit of 30 gig tethering, you see. So I've been trying to save a little bit by closing things, this, that, and the other. In fact, and no one's mentioned it, so it's obviously okay, I've dropped the quality of the video and the audio ever so slightly. You shouldn't notice it. If you do, please tell me, and I'll whack it up a little bit again. I've dropped, just to save a bit of data, really. Okay, so just see how that goes. All right. John Parrish. Good morning, John. Welcome to John Parrish. Oh, hang on. Let's go back a bit. Weird City Citizen. He was the first one this morning on the YouTube Live. Morning to you. Paul Mosley's there. John Parrish, as I say, is there this morning. Weird City Citizen says, need an overlying voice saying, live from the Mirable Studios of Royal Berkshire as the music fades. No, because we're not there today, dear. We're in Lincolnshire. Let's see, look at the back. When you see that picture, I'm in Lincolnshire. When you see the other pictures, I'm in Berkshire. So I'm in Lincolnshire now, you see. John's been waiting all day to hear English. Don't they talk English in Philippines? I find it really rude how you go to other countries and they don't speak English. I think it's outrageous. Everyone in the world should learn it. In China they do. And North Korea. Oh, I've been watching this program on the telly. You've got to watch it. It'll be on, I think it was either Channel 4 or Channel 5 colour. Michael Palin's North Korea. Anyone seen that? Very, very good. Really good. And what I find amazing is how everyone seems to be connected together. Unlike here in this country, there's so many splits in this country. You've only got to look at the Conservative Party and the Labour Party to see how fragmented we are all becoming. It's each and every man for themselves. What happened to the whole community thing? In North Korea, it's just like one big happy community. It really is. Everyone seems to be connected to everyone else. What I found amazing was these two really perfectly dressed, very beautiful, smart women who seemed to be some sort of traffic attendant. And they were like standing in the middle of the road directing traffic. But when you watch them, it's almost, how can I put this? There's no like blasé way of them doing it. They're not like, yeah, you come over here and that's it. Okay, stop there. You come. No, it's almost timed. Where she went. It's a bit like that. And I was amazed by this. And when one woman takes over from another, they march up and they've got this march that goes like this. It's amazing. Amazing. I think I'd like to go to North Korea. I don't know if I could eat though, dear. Oh no, I'm very funny with my food. You know, I'm vegetarian for a start, which that's going to be a problem in Vegas. I bet I'll survive on pizzas in Vegas. It'll be pizzas. You can't get a carrot for love of money over there, dear. I gather people have told me if I ever wanted to go to India, that would be fine because there's a lot of vegetarianism in India. But North Korea, anyone seen that program with Michael Palin? So either Channel 5 or Channel 4, Michael Palin's North Korea or something like that. It's really good. Really, really very good. Thank you, John. John likes the jacket. Thanks, John. This was actually one of the cheaper ones. I got this from Moss Bros. £79. I had a 20% discount on it as well. Now, they have got another one out, which is like this, but blue. Okay, and I was tempted last week. 2 reasons I didn't buy it. Number one, I'm going to Vegas, so there'd be cheap clothes there, you know, in the designer places, so I might find something there. And number 2, the collar was black, so it was a little bit more like a dinner jacket, and I didn't know whether that would look right or not. This one, as you can see, you know, it's just the same colour all over. But on the blue one, which was similar to this, you know, like flowery and things on it like this, these 2 bits here were black. And I think they've done themselves a disservice making it black on there. Thank you. Yes, you're all noticing the clock now. I'm very pleased. Look, I found the pendulum. It was only underneath the table there, so that's all working now. John likes it as well. Thank you, John. Good morning to DJ RS, who saw the karaoke last night and it crashed. Did you tempt pay? Yes. First time ever. I was doing a karaoke last night and the karaoke machine crashed and I couldn't get it back on. I mean, you try for a while, put a bit of music on, and some people are really impatient. You know, it's just one of those things. Just accept it. And so then I was going to use the spare computer, which is the same computer actually I used to broadcast this show to you, and the karaoke. Well, I have a spare computer. That's the backup computer. So I said to the people watching at home, I said, well, I'm going to have to use this computer. Goodbye. Turned it off. At that point, the original computer suddenly burst into life and the little blue circle stopped turning round and the program reopened and we were able to carry on. But it took about 4 or 5 minutes, which is a really long time when you're standing on the stage in front of people. And some people don't make it blooming easy either. They really don't. Morning to Robert Lunn. Morning to you, who says, I hope your caravan park is not a bombing range. It could be. I don't know. It might be, Robert. Good morning to Sophia. She's on Vaughan Live this morning. Welcome along to you. Has your studio been dusted by your sister? She comes in and dusts, you know. Oh, yes. So my sister comes around. First thing, she starts spraying stuff. I think she's got the OCD. My sister is forever moaning that she hasn't got enough time to do things, right? And but she absolutely looks for work to do. She'll come here, put her bag down, pick up a spraying thing and start spraying and cleaning. I don't have to do anything. It's wonderful. And the Hoover comes out and everything else. Of course, if baby James comes round, then everything has to be cleaned afterwards anyway, because there's baby James. Baby James is 1 year old and he leaves juice everywhere. Not from bottles, from himself. There's always some sort of fluid that has leaked out of baby James somewhere. Or bits of an apple all over the carpet. The Hoover has to come out immediately, dear. As soon as baby James arrives, I started following him around with the Hoover. You know, everyone's getting very excited now because he can walk now, you see. He can move around. Now, that sounds good. Not necessarily in my caravan, because now the dirt is spreading even further. It was all right when he couldn't walk. I mean, it was just in a pram. You know, now and again, you might get a bit of apple or a bit of crisp, you know, dropped out from the pram somewhere. Now he can move around. It's everywhere. Everywhere. I told my niece, in future, when baby James comes round, he is to be placed in a sealed plastic bag and in the corner, and you can take him away when you come home again. Dear me. Good morning to Joanna. Hello to you, Joanna. Welcome along to the show, my dear. Oh, is that Clive? Who's Clive? I can't see a message from Clive anywhere. How strange and mysterious. Clarity of picture is a bit blurry. Is it really? Is it a bit blurry? Oh, I'll have a little look later. Shouldn't be. I don't know why it is. Is the picture blurry to anyone else, or is it up to its usual standard? Do please let me know. Paul says he saw the North Korea programme. It's really good, isn't it? Do you like the ladies who do the traffic, the way they march like that with their arms going backwards and forwards? Let's have a look. Let's just scroll forward a little bit further. I think you're talking to each other. Good morning to Kimmy Witt. I was thinking about you the other day, Kim, last night actually. I was thinking about you last night because you haven't popped up on here before, so good morning to you. Hello to Roxy Terrett. Morning, my old neighbour in Roehampton. And that's great. Good. So we found a pendulum. Do let me know if the picture looks any different to what it is usually, because I have slightly dropped the quality. Not a lot, but a little bit. So please do let me know, and I'll push it back up again. Although I can't do it halfway through a show, you know. I have to wait till we've finished and then do it later on. Just to remind you, gang, the music and chat show that we used to do on a Monday afternoon or Monday morning, that is no more. I've had to cancel that, unfortunately, because I'm really tight and pushed for time on a Monday, and it was becoming very, very rushed. So that's not on anymore. I'm trying to find somewhere else to do that. Not another radio station, some other time slot to do that. So we'll see if that... if I can do that somewhere else, but not on a Monday morning, okay? After the show yesterday, I popped down to the swimming pool. Very quiet yesterday in the swimming pool. I think it was only me and someone else in there. As was the case on Sunday night. I like going swimming Sunday nights. That's a completely different atmosphere going at night time. It's lovely swimming at night. After that, I went down to Aldi, bought myself a new kettle, because my old kettle, the switch has fallen off. In Aldi, new kettle, £10. You can't go wrong. And do you know what? It looks identical to the last kettle that I had. Isn't that strange and mysterious? It looks exactly the same as the last kettle. Very, very odd indeed. So I took that out. £10 it was. You're supposed to boil them through first, aren't you? So I boiled it up, poured the water away, and I'd already made myself a cup of tea. I started eating my dinner, and then my mate came round, Ronny. And I said, well, you are very lucky. You get to have the first ever cup of tea out of that kettle. Well, see how long that kettle lasts. As I say, it was £10. My mate would usually, I mean, he believes in spending loads of money on things and stuff like that. So he's probably actually horrified that I only spent £10 on a kettle in Aldi. But that's all it was. I think his kettle was like 80 quid. You can hear these stories. People buy kettles, 50, 60, 70, 120 quid for a kettle, dear. £10 in Aldi. Perfectly all right. As I say, it looks exactly the same as the last one I had. And I've had that about 8, 10 years or more, something like that. So we'll see how long this is. Take a note of this date, boys and girls. What is it? The 2nd of October 2000. and 18, and we'll see how that is. Can someone tell me if you think the picture looks a bit blurry this morning? It shouldn't do. I mean, it really shouldn't do. One person has mentioned it. I never take sort of one person's comments for fact. Sometimes it's something wrong there, and there's so many things, no disrespect to you, so many things that can go wrong with a computer that it could be someone else's end, you see. So I usually like to gather a few little complaints before I do something about it. Weird City Citizen says, kettles down south clog up so quick with white lime. What's up with your water down there? I'd like to know that as well. Well, actually, the kettles now, they don't have elements. They've got like, it's just like flat in the bottom. And I don't find that collects white stuff at all. Interestingly enough, I've got a thermal water solar panel on my roof, and that mucked up this year. Well, it wasn't working last year, but I just didn't do anything about it. I had 2 blokes come out to fix it. Cost quite a bit of money. And they took it apart, and it was absolutely caked in limescale. It's like a rubber pipe. So what they do is they bang the pipe, although it can damage it. They warn me if it breaks, then you need a new panel, end of story. But we can try, and they tried it and it did work. They banged the pipe all around, and that releases the scum that's collected inside it, and it literally, they literally put a fast hose on the end, and it blasts it all through. Comes out like porridge. It's disgusting. Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. It really is. Good morning, Mr. SOS Gregorian. Welcome to the show. Robert said quick picture quality is superb. Okay, Paul says the picture's good. John Parrish says the picture's fine. Okay, thank you very much. Kim Witt as well. Okay, then that may possibly something at another end somewhere, all right? Thank you very much, boys and girls. That should save us a little bit of data. So got my new kettle from Aldi, 10 quid, as I'm pleased. As I say, Ronnie popped round. His cat's not very well at the moment. He's got 4 cats. And Ronnie, what with being a little bit posh, all his cats are named after designer labels. There's Louis, Vuitton. They are the 2 ginger boys. Not keen on being picked up. They'll let you pet them. They'll let you pet them, you know, stroke. Don't pick them up. They don't like to be picked up for some reason. There's Ralph. He's a big lad. Ralph is a big, strong cat, and I adore him. He's such a lovely thing. I remember when he was just this little grey ball in my hand. And he's lovely, he is. He spends most of his time asleep, unless he's out somewhere. And then there is Lauren. Lauren is a little tabby cat, and she is so friendly, and she just wants to be loved and picked up and stroked, and she wants to lay on your lap, and she's such a loving cat. She's the only girl, and I love her to bits. Anyway, one of his cats is not too well. One of the ginger boys, Vuitton. And my mate noticed he'd become a bit miserable. Now, he's never been a particularly happy cat. You know, like we're all happy, clappy here, aren't we? Like a church my mate goes to. My mate Adam, Danny Gibbs. He goes to one of those happy, clappy church. You know, he's got the whole world in his hand. Shine, Jesus, shine. La da da da. Oh, yeah, praise the Lord. He goes to one of those. Not me, I go to a Catholic one. Aye. We're a bit miserable, I'm afraid, the Catholics. And how did I get onto the subject of him? Hang on a minute. I've lost my way now. Oh, no. What was I just talking about? Oh, cats. That's it. Cats. Cats. And my mate Danny's got one. He's got a cat as well now. Anyway, Vuitton doesn't like to be picked up or really petted. But my mate noticed that, oh, that's it, happy and sad. So it's a little bit of not a miserable cat. They just like to be left alone. Do you know what I mean? My mate noticed he'd been particularly anti-people for a little while. So he took him into the vets. And the vet said it needed its teeth done. Its teeth are upsetting him. It needed its teeth cleaned. Thank you very much. Quote, 250 quid. 250 quid to clean a bloody cat's teeth, I ask you. Anyway, so they booked him in, and on Monday, yesterday, he took them in. He took the cat into the vets at 8:30. A couple of hours later, the vet rang him and said, "Oh, hello, Mr. So-and-so, I had a little bit of a problem with your... I've got some bad news, I'm afraid." At which point my mate said, "Oh, don't say he's died." "Oh, no, it's nothing like that." Apparently, the cat had a bad reaction to the pre-op medication. I don't know what that is. It was some sort of injection, I suppose, and wasn't as he should be. They've never seen this before, and he's now being left and kept an eye on, in a corner somewhere, I suppose. And we'll give you a little bit of a ring later on. So, of course, my mate's now very worried. Anyway, moving on a couple of hours, I rang him on the way to work, and he said he'd been to pick up the cat, and he'd come through the bad whatever had gone wrong with him, and he was now at the house, and he was very dopey and that, but they still charged him 120 quid. And they weren't able to do the job. So, I mean, I get it, they've done some work and it hasn't worked out quite as it expected. Whether or not you should be charging someone for that, I don't know. Yeah, difficult on that one. So the poor cat, not only did he have a bad reaction to the thing, but he hasn't had his teeth cleaned either. So that's it. I suppose it's difficult. When I had my cat, who I lost over a year ago now, Katie, indeed, I took her in to have her teeth cleaned. I don't think it was 250 quid. I knew it was expensive at the time, but can't remember what it was now. Anyway, she had her teeth done because she weren't eating properly, and after that she started eating properly, because I think it starts hurting them to eat. Poor little things, aren't they? And I was saying to my mate yesterday, it's just a shame that our pets can't talk to us, can they? We've got to kind of guess what's wrong with them or take them to a vet or something at vast expense. The only thing is, of course, my mates, I mean, it was bad enough when I had one cat. And I remember one Christmas, something went wrong with her, and she ended up costing about 500 or 600 quid, something like that. This is about 6 years ago now, which I didn't mind, but it's so expensive. He's got 4. 4 cats, and he's going to be paying out for them God knows how much money. Anyway, so that's my mate's cat there. Have you? I suppose a lot of you really. I suppose you've had pets that have become ill, or some have passed on to the great animal place in the sky and things like that. And it's very, very upsetting when you see a little animal not well, isn't it? And it costs you an arm and a leg. I don't know how. I mean, and you see a lot of unemployed people with great big dogs and things like that. God knows how they, when the dog is ill or something, how on earth people afford to have things done. Now, I don't have a pet anymore. The reason I don't have a cat is because the fur gives my asthma a terrible time. I have to say, since I had 3 cats at one point, and as I lost my last one last year, my asthma has improved substantially, so I can't really have. I'd love another cat. I'd love to have another cat, but it's just not possible. I'd be like that all the time. Well, I don't do that anymore, except very, very rarely. It certainly doesn't get to that point where it's, you're using that blue thing, and it doesn't work. That is really frightening when that happens, isn't it? Hey, that might have happened to 1 or 2 of you. So I haven't got one. Also, for the price it costs, the cost of owning a pet now is unbelievable. Even just going down so far as pet food. And of course, your cat will only eat certain types of pet food. We all know that one, don't we, eh? Weird City Citizen said he loves cats. I love them. I love cats. And when I go around my mate's house, I can, Lauren comes on your lap and you can stroke her. Ralph, he allows me to stroke him and all that. The 2 ginger ones, they're all right. You can give them a bit of a stroke, but not too much because they start hissing. That's why my mate took Vuitton on. He was going down to stroke him and the cat was hissing at him. So he knew there was something wrong. Morning to Jerry Cashmore Smith. Good morning to you. Are you still in hospital, old boy? Hope you're doing all right in there, okay? Weird Citizen, get a Sphinx cat, no hair. They are awesome creatures. A Sphinx cat, yes. Oh, a Sphinx cat. Yeah, but then there's more expense again, isn't there? Oh, lovely. At one point, my cat used to sleep next to me right on the bed, so close to my lip, like here. She would sleep here. Oh, it was lovely. Going to sleep with that purring noise in your ear. Oh, it's so nice. It really is. Good. So, as I say, Ronnie took his cat in. The journey into work last night from Bracknell to King's Cross wasn't too bad at all. An hour and 35 minutes. I don't know where all the traffic was last night. And then the journey from London up here to Lincolnshire. Can you hear those planes going over? That was okay as well. I got here around about, I think it was around about 20 to 2 yesterday. Wasn't too late at all. Got here about 22, had some dinner. It was a little bit cold. Anyway, I whacked the old fire on, and within 20 minutes, the whole caravan warms up lovely. Went to bed. I had the fan heater on very low. It clicks on and off. You know, that was fine. And this morning, well, I mean, I tell you, this morning I've got the door open next to me. Right next to me there is one of the, I've got two front doors right there. That's open. It's lovely and warm today. Unbelievably warm outside. And funnily enough, just before I did the show, I went out onto the veranda and I sat. I've got a couple of, little garden type chair, I think they're called director's chairs. Sat in one of those with my iPad, working out a few news stories and things to read to you, which I've got on here in a moment. And I thought, oh, do you know, it's a shame I can't just do the show out here. Well, I could, but it would only be on Facebook, you see. Yeah, it would only go on one platform at a time if I used my mobile phone to do it. Let's have a look here. Good morning to, who's this sending in a little message here? Just a reminder, gang, there's a text. What was that? Always one of the things. Good morning to Maureen. Maureen's with us as well this morning. Morning, Maureen. I just heard my spoon. That was probably the vibrations from the plane. The spoon just dropped. Did you hear that? Good. It was a little bit quiet, the karaoke last night, I must say. I don't know where everyone was last night. We had our usual wonderful people there. Ray Reynolds, Maureen was there. We had, let's think who else. We had the lovely Roy there, Martin. John was back from his holiday down. Where is he? He's been working down south somewhere. John H. Is it Paul H. or John H? I can't remember. Toby was there, so all our regulars were there, but no one else. I don't know where everyone was last night. Some people came in late, and the trouble is coming in late. We do start at 7:30. If you turn up at 10, you're only going to get one song in. That's just how it is. You've got to get there earlier. And three people, Jade and Sam. Was it? No, Joe. That was it. Joe, a young lad. I've never seen him before. Joe. Wow, what a voice. What a voice. Really good voice. And Jade came last night as well. It was nice to see Jade, but she got there a little bit late to sing 2 songs, unfortunately. And Shy came in at like 10 to 11. And he said, did you get my 2 songs? I said, well, I did, but I said, there's only one more person to sing now. And he's like, what time do you finish? I said, well, 11 o'clock. He said, how long's it been 11 o'clock? I said, about 2 months. Because we moved the times, didn't we? 7:30 to 11. Suited Ray Reynolds down to the ground because he can go home now at a more reasonable time because he has a bit of a journey. Remember he's of an age as well. Get on the train, late night home and all that. With all these troubles going on in London all the time. Awful people all over the place. I was watching a programme actually yesterday afternoon with my mate Ron about moped criminals. Oh my God, have you seen them? They bang, they're going through traffic and suddenly they produce a hammer, bang the side of your window and nick the mobile phone that you've got, hanging on the window. Brazen. And very dangerous as well for delivery drivers. People like Deliveroo and people like that are constantly being attacked by these moped criminals. It's awful. Awful. They had a policeman on there as well. He said, with moped, there is a myth. There's a myth that we don't go after moped or motorbike criminals. He said, we do, and we get them. He said, so don't believe we never go after moped thieves, because we do. So that was interesting to know. I think there's a bit of a myth there. But it's awful what's going on, these moped thieves. And I think it's up 100% or something like that, they were saying. Want to send the RAF after them. Fire phasers, straight into them, yes. So as I say, last night, a little bit cold when I got in, but this morning it's lovely and warm. I've got a couple of jobs to do today. I've got where I have my air conditioning put in the pub in my bedroom, like a cold air unit. The pipe that goes outside, I've noticed, gets covered in condensation. So I've got some bubble wrap to put around that, and I think it's because the cold air's coming in and the bedroom is warm, like with a little fan heater on. So I got a feeling all it needs is a little bit of bubble wrap around that. So I've got to do that today. I've got another clock that stopped working. The other clock that was on there, for some reason, the hour hand has moved incorrectly. So at 12 o'clock, the hour hand will say like 11:30 when the thing's at 12. So I'll probably just take the front piece of glass off and move it by hand, because I've tried it with the turning thing and that's not working at all. DJRS says Roy is the best. We love him. We should read out the comments on the night. No, because I did do that once actually. It interferes with the night. Remember, as a viewer, you're just watching what they're doing, if you see what I mean. The emphasis must be, I must give the people in the pub all my attention while trying to keep an eye on that at the same time, but that they come first. Do you see what I mean? They're there for a night out. They are spending their money. The fact that you're there watching them is just like an extra bit that we've been able to do, because I know you do like watching them. But reading out the comments, well, I'd be there all night. You know, you just keep reading out these comments, and it would interfere with the flow of the evening, so that's why I don't do that, all right? Good morning to Ray Reynolds. He's been out shopping. Have you bought anything exciting? What have you bought exciting? GJRS wants to go on holiday in the stream behind me. That's 3 minutes walk from me. That's a photo that I actually took. That's just above the caravan site on which I am. So it's lovely. Paul doesn't like cats because they go toilet in his garden all the time and stare at him. Get a goldfish. I don't want a goldfish. Damn thing going around and round in a tank doing nothing all day. Nothing exciting there. Paul says it's like Top Cat round here and all his mates. I'm sure they know they're doing it on his garden. I know. Weird City. If Chris's caravan started rolling away, we'd never notice till it was too late. Can you just imagine watching this and suddenly it just starts moving down, doesn't it? Or the river overflows. I was concerned because that river is very, very close to us. I was concerned, what if it floods? But apparently it never has, because they've got some sort of gate up in Boston which they close if the water level goes too high. I'm not quite sure how that all works. Roy should go on X Factor. No, Paul. No. Roy should not go on X Factor, and neither should anyone else unless they are totally and utterly brilliant singer, because you are put on there to be ridiculed. When I see X Factor and there's someone on there who clearly cannot sing, they should never have got that far, and then they come on and then they run them into the ground. No, and it must, and people, I've had quite a few people over the years who have said, oh, I can't believe it, I've got through to X Factor. And you know they're not particularly good singers, but the researcher has told them they've got a really good chance of winning, so they go on it and they're ridiculed, and they come back to me and they say, I wish I'd never gone on there. Unless you know that you're a bad singer and you just want to go on there. That's a different thing altogether, but I never ever advise anyone to go on X Factor. I think, and how many X Factor stars are there? You know, we've had a few. Leona Lewis, she's had a few. Where is she now? I don't know where she is now. And people like that, they seem to have a couple of records or an album or two, and then it just stops. You know, it's just how it is. Oh, DJRS has been on British Got Talent doing magic shows. Can you magic me some money, please? So I can have proper studio, not just a caravan. All right, let's do these news stories. Now, have you ever found anything in your food when you were... I can't be here too long because I'm going to visit my friend today, Alton Andrews, he was on Liberty Radio. I was on a radio station in London called Liberty Radio, 1999 to 2000, and I'm meeting Alton Andrews today. He's in Durbridge or Dewbridge, somewhere like that. Anyway, it's about an hour's drive from here, so I'm meeting him around about 2:30, so I'm leaving here I'll probably leave here around about 1:30 and 1:15 probably, and take a nice easy drive up there. Plus I've got to fill up before I go there, so I want to go to Boston and get me cheap petrol from Asda or Tesco's. Oh yes, like 5p a litre cheaper there, dear. Save at least £2. Right, have you ever found anything dodgy in your food? Look at this. In this morning's Super Soaraway Sun, a woman has vowed to never visit a Toby carvery again. Now, I'm a fan of Toby carvery. I don't eat meat, okay? But you can have as many of those absolutely delicious roast potatoes as you want. You just stuff them in your mouth. Oh, it's lovely. Really, really nice. Shall we have another camera on for a while? There we are. Look, let's use all our facilities here. Yes. A woman has vowed never to visit a Toby carver again after finding, are you ready for this, a caterpillar in her meal. A caterpillar. All those legs. What do you do with all those legs, for God's sake? She wrote online, just to let everyone know, I would not eat in Chelmsford Toby carvery as I found a big maggot in my food. Not what I expect when I go out for a meal. Disgusting. I won't go back there again. If anyone wants to share this post, then feel free, as I think people should know. Well, you know, it's just an accident, isn't it? Is it an accident? Have you ever found anything in your food? Do let us know. Toby carvery have since apologised, but confirmed that it was indeed a caterpillar and not a maggot, as the customer had claimed. So that's all right, isn't it? For one moment, she must have been quite pleased about that, the fact that it was a caterpillar and not a maggot. It says all of our vegetables and salad items are washed before cooking, but we will remind our team to be extra vigilant when dealing with fresh produce. Although it's extremely rare to find caterpillars in produce, we appreciate guests may have been concerned, and we want to take the opportunity to reassure them that maintaining high food safety standards is very, very important to all at Toby carvery. Chelmsford City Council have received a report and will look into the complaint. So there we are. Have you ever found anything in any of your food? Years and years ago, I think it was about 18 years old, I remember buying a bag of chips from a chip shop which was up Roehampton High Street where we lived. And I was munching away, and then I picked it, and it was so obvious it was a fried caterpillar or maggot, worm. I think it was a worm actually, which would somehow got in the deep fat fryer and been fried. Probably if I ate it, nothing would have happened because it's been fried in boiling hot fat. But I literally picked out this. What the hell is that? And it was a worm or a maggot that had been fried. Did I say anything? No, I didn't bother. I just moved on. You know, I just moved on and be done with it. I think some people make so much out of things sometimes, and it's just, you know, I don't know really. I just don't bother. What about you lot? Any of you lot had any problems like that? No. Let's have a look there. Ray Reynolds says Dockyard Doris turned down the Michael Barrymore show because he thought he would be sent up. Oh, is that right? Well, I wouldn't. Not on the Michael Barrymore show. Dockyard Doris wouldn't have been sent up. He's very, very good entertainer, wasn't he? Really, really good. DJRS got 2 yeses from 2 judges and 2 no's. Does that mean you don't go through two versus 2? Isn't it the golden? But I don't watch any of that really, X Factor or Britain's Got Talent at all anymore. I watched a bit of Strictly Come Dancing. I thought that was all right. You know, I love all the sparkle and all the glitter. It's nice, isn't it? Weird City Citizen said these static caravans look really spacious. It looks awesome there. Actually, this isn't a large one. My bedroom is actually quite small here. This is a very small room. I mean, they say it's a second bedroom. Christ, I don't think you might get 2 small single beds in here. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be like that in bed. I like to stretch out like a starfish, don't I? That's why I can't sleep with anyone anymore. Oh, do my head in. Not that I've had any offers. Not for years. Never mind. Another story here, boys and girls. Let me just refer. This is great. This is. I've sussed out this. What I do is I save stories to a page of notes. and then I just click on them and coming out. Now, I like this story. I like this story very much. It's got a certain warmth to it. It's in this morning's Daily Mirror. Mourners, this is someone's funeral. Mourners, dressed as Harry Potter characters, turned out in their droves for the funeral of mega fan Veronica Leaning. She was 78 years old and she passed away on September the 17th, leaving daughters Susan, Angela, Michelle, Tracy and Beverly, stepchildren Chris, Terry and Tony, along with 21 grandchildren and 30 great-grandchildren. Known affectionately as the Crazy Ginger Lady, Veronica had been a huge character in the town, known for her kindness, compassion and warm-hearted nature, who would treat anyone that she met like they were part of her own family. Before her death from lung and bone cancer, Veronica had requested that her family dress in full Harry Potter attire for her funeral, with a special themed coffin made especially for the occasion. And there's just some wonderful, wonderful pictures. Family members were dressed in the colours of Gryffindor House, while close friends and neighbours came dressed as some of Veronica's favourite characters from author J.K. Rowling films and books, including Professor Sprout, Professor Dumbledore and Moaning Myrtle. And there's some wonderful pictures here, there really is. Veronica had met J.K. Rowling a number of times. So there we are. And I'll try and show you some of these pictures here, if I can. And can you? Yes, you can see that there. That's in this morning's Daily Mirror, as I say. If I hold it that way, because it's I've got curtains in it. All you can see is the curtains in front. There we are. Can you see them all? And they're all going to the funeral. Some more. Another one there. Look at that. Isn't that great? Oh, that's a really good one. Look at that. And that's all going to someone's funeral because that's what she wanted. And there's a picture of the lady who died reading her book. Isn't that wonderful? And what a good idea. If you don't want like a normal funeral, why should you have a normal funeral? Just do what you want. Just do what you want and be done with it. I mean, I've decided I want a full Catholic traditional funeral, 5 hours long. We're going to have hymns with 7, 8, 9, 10 verses. I'm going to make people sit there for as long as possible and mourn me. I want lots of crying, people throwing themselves. You know, like they did, who was that Ayatollah Khomeini? Do you remember him when he died? And people were literally throwing themselves into the grave. That's what I want. That's what I want. And we'll have Ray Reynolds playing his ukulele as well. All right, good morning, Claire. Bit late, dear. We're nearly finished, Claire. God's sake, lady, where you been this morning? I know I'm a bit late myself. Andy says, on the Strictly Come Dancing subject, saw many complaining about the same-sex pro dancers. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I've been to many clubs where men dance with men, women dance with women. I really hate those special snowflakes having opinions on everything these days, Chris. Yeah, well, the snowflakes are a problem. I tend to ignore them. When they come out with me with their I'll use the word, when they come out with me with their usual bullshit, I just ignore them. They're just stupid people, snowflakes. Oh, I'm really offended. Oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. Go away. We're not interested, mate. We're really not interested. Thank you. Funeral should be a celebration. Yes, it should be. And to celebrate my funeral, you will be crying. You will be crying. I've mentioned this a couple of years ago now. I'm going to have a little camera installed in my coffin so that you can actually watch me decompose before your very eyes. Isn't that exciting? Eh? Are you looking forward to that? I'm sure you are. Claire, I love the Harry Potter funeral. My mum will want that if she sees it. She was 83 yesterday. Well, it's in the Daily Mirror this morning. Get it up on your... have a look for that, Claire. Get it up on your computer. Maybe you want to show it to her. Nothing wrong with discussing things like that. Is there really? My friend Mary Warren, she's suffering from non-Irish Mary from Ireland. She has cancer at the moment. And she's not sure how long she's got, but she knows there's an end in sight now. And she's got everything arranged exactly as she wants it. Exactly as she wants it. I don't think there's anything wrong at all with talking about things like that. Adam, can we have karaoke at your funeral? Yeah, if you promise not to sing, Adam. If Yeah, no, what I'll do, we will have karaoke at my funeral, but it will only be videos of me singing my songs. We'll do I write the songs that make the whole world sing, and Save Your Kisses for Me, and of course my biggest song of all time, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree. I think, yes, that is correct. That's what we'll do. Ray Reynolds, the Sunday Strictly show, had a great mail with great mail routine. I didn't see it. I didn't see that bit of it. I only see little bits of the Strictly thing. That's when I dip in and out of it. All right, let's do today's birthdays. We've only got 5 birthdays today, boys and girls. Those of you that have shared the show to your Facebook walls or Twitter, thank you very much. I am on Twitter a little bit more now. I like to comment on bits and pieces. They're usually quite unpolitically correct and funny. So if you want to join us on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK, and feel free to comment as well, you know, on my comment. That's always great for us all to get talking like that, okay? Happy birthday this morning to Annette Lockyer on this Tuesday, the 2nd of October, 2018. Debbie Joyce is today 50 years old. Good morning, Debbie. Happy birthday to you. Michael Creasy. Morning, Michael. Where have you been, dear? You've been hiding, dear. Happy birthday, Michael Creasy. Very smart in the suit. Jordan. Good morning. Happy birthday, Jordan. And Anthony Lawson is today a very... is it a horse? Is that a horse picture? I can't quite see. It's very small on there. Anthony Lawson is today 34 years old. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthdays, boys and girls. I've just realised I'm now an hour and 50 minutes late for my pills this morning. You're lucky I'm still sitting here and not dead. God's sake, who's there? Claire says, I love Tie a Yellow Ribbon. I'll do it at karaoke in the near future. I hope you will. And good morning to, my sister Sharon Butler's there. Good morning, Sharon. Oh, it's Danny's birthday as well. Yeah, the reason Danny's birthday didn't get read out is because it doesn't come up on the list, Sharon. He's got to be on Facebook. How do I know unless someone don't tell me? So happy birthday this morning to Danny as well. You'll have to show him the little show later. Happy birthday to Danny. Happy birthday to Danny. Happy birthday, Danny. Happy birthday to you. All right? There we are. Good. Let's have a look there. Adam wanted to sing at my funeral, Ding Dong the Witch is Dead. Can we watch it on YouTube? What, me decomposing on a webcam? Yeah, if you want to. You watch it wherever you... Yeah, because you're... Sharon, I can't bloody remember everything. Oh, someone moaning. I can't bear moaning minutes, especially my sister, because I told you. God, so how do you expect me to remember everything at my advanced years? Exactly. Anyway, I'll ring you soon, all right? I'll ring you in about half an hour's time. That's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us, boys and girls. Hopefully see you again tomorrow morning. Very much looking forward to going to see my friend Alton Andrews. I'll tell you where he is. I don't really know the area, I must admit. He's actually further. Oh no, I haven't got the phone here, have I? I haven't got my phone here. No, I haven't got my phone here, unfortunately. So I can't look at that, but I'll have a look later. Ray says, I'm sorry, I can't do your funeral. Harry Hill wants me for his show. Well, go on that then. Go on Harry Hill's show. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, you go to all these other venues now anyway, don't you, Ray? Oh, yeah, gone are the days of loyalty. Yeah, I get it. Fine, that's fine with me. Just wait till you ask me to do something for you. Exactly. Anyway, I'm going. See you soon, boys and girls. Have a lovely Tuesday. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye now.